Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Studio Cadia. Today we are doing some masking using some of the Studio Cadia creative dies. We're using the dotted pattern set of 3. We're using the lovely oval, and let me show you what I got here. And we have it ready to go to be cut, and we're going to mask this, and we're going to be stamping these beautiful snowflakes on that mask area. We're going to be using the 2 larger ones and one of the smaller guys here. Then we're going to be doing the Happy Christmas sentiment, and it's going to be a nice little strip. And then for embellishment, we're going to do a light blue star, the 5mm, and it kind of matches that blue that I got going on. So let's get started. All right, let me show you how we're going to create a mask with our die cuts. So as I mentioned, we have that dotted patterns, Yes, the dotted pattern set of 3. Just gotta make sure I gotta give you guys the right product. And I have it with purple tape. We're going to run this through with our Gemini. And depending on what kind of cardstock you run it, or if you use some stencil or acetate, you can actually make a stencil that you can reuse time and time and time. So we're gonna finish cutting this up. We're going to remove our die cutting machine. There we go. And so now we have this ready to go. We're going to set this aside. We're going to remove that temporary purple tape. And now you have a nice little oval for something else if you want to play with it at a later time. Now we have another piece of cardstock. And again, this is the same size. And this is going to be the actual card panel. So if you don't make your card panels first, if you're doing it directly on a card base. There we go. So we go Juniper Mist, which is a beautiful navy. We have our inks ready to go, our stamp sets. We're going to ink it all up, and we're going to be doing a repetitive stamping on this, and we're going to alternate which stamp we use. Okay, and you really want to press pretty hard because this cardstock is quite thick and it doesn't really allow the stamping to go all the way through. But we want to be sure that we fill it all the way, and that way the actual oval shape does pop up on the bottom cardstock. We're going to ink this up. And if you have some overlapping or overlaying, that's okay too. Essentially, we're just doing a very pretty snowflake pattern here. Okay. Okay. We're going to place a piece of cardstock down here because I don't want to have to clean up my surface here. Okay. We're going to remove that mask, and now you have this oval shape of snowflakes. So I have a different little piece of cardstock here, and we're going to stamp the Happy Christmas. And I like to pre-cut a bunch of little strips, and that way I can just stamp them directly and not have to do a ton of cutting. And now we have that beautiful little sentiment. We're going to bring in our scissors, and we're going to cut that just evenly. And then we can start putting our card together. All right, so we have our oval, and now I have our Happy Christmas strip, which I had placed on another piece of navy cardstock, and then I've added a little piece of foam on the back. So then we're going to add this down. And last but not least, we're going to come in and embellish with the beautiful light blue stars of 5mm, and then I have some clear Tombow glue, and so we're just going to come in and add a couple little stars just to embellish it. And this is a super easy way to create some beautiful Christmas cards last minute. As you can see, depending on what you're looking for this is an easy way to mass produce. All right, guys, as I'm finishing up, just want to thank you so much for joining me today. This is Crystal Thompson for Studio Cadia. Be sure to stick around. We have many other tutorials for you, and I hope that you will say hello and let us know your thoughts and comments. Have an amazing day.